All right, today we'll be discussing on what happens when we browse google.com. What happens behind the scenes. Okay, I'll be using this FigJam to plot the flowcharts. It would be easier for me to explain. And also, like, this will be more like me understanding and explaining it to you. You know, of course, I've already done my homework, but yeah, let's see. Okay, first you browse google.com. Let's make it vertical a bit, and then the DNS lookup. Okay, DNS is more like a phone book actually. In a phone book we have the names and phone numbers of the respective people, right? In DNS we have domain names and respective IP addresses of that particular domain. I would like to add one note here. Yeah, DNS is more like google.com, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, kind of this. Instagram, uh, we'll go from last. Okay. And we'll connect this with this. Yeah. Okay, DNS will look up to that particular domain that you're searching. Okay, and then the router does NAT. NAT stands for, let me check, it must be like network or something. Like basically it'll translate. Yeah, network address translation. So this is more like we have two IPs actually, one public IP and another one is private IP will be in the form of 192 point something. So like you won't be connecting to google.com with the help of your private IP. You would be doing it with your public IP, because doing it with private IP is uh, I mean, like, it's not good. It's quite uh, exploitable. Yeah, so turns your public IP to private IP. uh, it's small. All right, it would be better if I change the color. Let me check. This is good. Okay. Okay. Hmm. I'll check here. Oh. Hmm. Now it's time for TCP handshake. TCP handshake is like, it's a way to transport your data packets. Okay, uh, I would say TCP handshake is more like, if I call to a person and if I say hello, can I talk to you? and the other person responds, okay, you can talk to me, and then I will start talking whatever I want, right? This is what happens if in the case of TCP handshake. There is another thing also, there is UDP handshake also. UDP handshake is more like that data packets will be lost, like there won't be any verification of those data packets during the transport. I mean, in TCP, like I've said, like I will call to the person and I will ask whether I can speak or not. And the person verifies it and says, yes, you can speak to me. And then I will start speaking. But in terms of UDP, I'll just start talking whatever I wanted to. I won't care if the person is listening or in a position to understand what I'm saying or not. Okay. This is, I will also add notes for this. I'd be adding notes. Okay, it'll be like sync ec and ec. Sync means synchronous, ack means acknowledgement. This is more like, can I speak to you? Just do this. Yeah, this is more like, yes, you can. Sure. Let's start. This is what happens in a TCP handshake. I'll just connect this as well. Okay. And then after this, it will be of TLS. It's a certificate to verify uh, the website actually. So it does have like a certificate, in the sense it'll have a digital signature. It will be having issued by a certain person, issued to Google, right? I'll just show you an example. I'll go to connection security things, show certificate. This is what TLS has. Okay. So here we have Amazon root CA. In general, like when we do it like google.com and then check uh, this. This is GTS. GTS stands for Google Trust Services. Okay. So actually, I'm on my school Wi-Fi. Uh, it does have few things. Issued by expiry date. There will be a certificate validating the website, and details like, let me check. These all things: subject name, location, everything. Okay. TLS is more like giving certifying that this is verified. This website is verified. Certificate. Okay. And then there will be HTTPS. Okay. I would also add one note here. This HTTP plus TLS is HTTPS. Okay, it is a protocol actually. It's like a tunnel where your request flows through. The S stands for secure. What I mean to say is, if you're going through a website that is HTTP, that means you are exposed to a lot of stuff, like the passwords you enter, the details you enter can be seen by anyone, even your internet service provider for that matter, even hackers as well. Okay, this is more like an encryption. Okay, encryption in the sense, like if I log into my Instagram, I will be keeping my mail ID, I will be giving my password, right? They won't be in the response of, like, I'll be requesting this to the Instagram server, right? So they won't be going like my password, like they will be encrypted. They would be going in an encrypted form, right? Otherwise, the people can watch my uh, password. Okay. and then the server. I would like to add one more note here. Okay, server has a lot of things, okay, like databases, pa- passwords, SSH for domain, like remote access, okay. They have API calls, etc. Each of them have their own port number. Okay, port number is more like if server is an apartment. These databases, password, API calls, everything is more like a flat. Okay, and the nodes are like the flat numbers of these particular databases, password, SSH, like that. Okay, like if you take the node for SSH would be 80 if I'm not wrong, and for databases, I mean, like, I don't remember the port numbers obviously, but for HTTPS it will be on the port 443. uh, Let me check. Yeah, and then I'll just connect this. Okay, then uh, server gives the response by showing the page. Okay, this is what happens after this. In general, this is what happens if you browse google.com. Okay, uh, and one more thing, while coming to our internet service provider, you might be having a doubt like, uh, can they able to watch whatever we are browsing? I would say, like, it's limited. Okay, so if I were to say, uh, my if I browse something, my internet service provider is able to watch my MAC address. Okay, you can watch my URL. Like if I use google.com, if I use youtube.com, you can watch that. You can get to know about the time and data usage, but you can't know whatever I'm browsing. Like if I'm using YouTube, you will just know that I'm using YouTube. It doesn't know whatever video I'm watching on YouTube, right? The data I would be having is like from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. this particular MAC address guy is using youtube.com and 700 MB data is transferred. This is what uh, your respective internet service provider is able to watch. Okay, I'll just give that as well. It would be fine. uh, Now I want a rectangle. I would delete it and I'll change the color as well. Change it to orange. Yeah, this is what I've explained earlier. And now after this, like, uh, if I have to talk about your school or company uh, Wi-Fi that you're on, I would say like they will be having it in they'll be creating one fake certificate in between in order to verify whatever you're doing, and uh, they will block few websites, like the adult website, not safe for work content, and you know to prevent you from using leaking confidential data, or I mean, prevent you from cyber crimes, etc. And then they will verify it, and then they will have the same process like this. And also, like, there is something called HTTPS inspection. I would like to inspection. So this is what, in case of HTTPS inspection, uh, people can watch whatever you're watching rather than just watching youtube.com. This guy is using for 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. or something. They can also watch what videos you're watching. That sounds scary, right? Generally they do this because to detect malware, data leaks, etc. I mean, it's more like the man in the middle attacks also, you know. Generally that's what happens when you're connected to public Wi-Fi. A hacker keeps one fake certificate in between your network, and you will be doing this HTTPS inspection to get whatever you're browsing. Yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you guys.